Hey everybody! Well, today we'll be talking about Mean Girls, the musical.
Good Lord.
So this movie obviously is based off of the musical that was based off of the 2004 movie Mean Girls with Lindsay Lohan and Rachel McAdams.
What is going on?
I don't know why this movie exists, but let's talk about some of the positives. I didn't mind the music in this movie. I think the music was pretty good. Some of them were pretty catchy, and I was like, oh, I kind of want to listen to some of these songs later on. I didn't actually mind the actress who played Katie. I actually think that this girl, I think she was actually kind of a better pick for the character of Katie. I like Lindsay Lohan. Also, I think that the romance between Katie and Aaron, I think it's a little bit better in this one. And yeah, that's about it. Wait, there's one more positive. The girl that played Janice, very beautiful voice. I liked listening to her. All right, but it's not all rainbows.
I wish that I could bake a cake made out of rainbows and smiles and we'd all eat it, be happy.
Yeah, this movie's not even really close to being as good as the original 2004 Mean Girls. And the thing is, it actually could have been. However, they kind of shoot themselves in the foot because they have to add certain things in there that shouldn't be in there. You can tell that they just couldn't help but add in a few little woke elements to it. There's this stupid line where it's alluded to the fact that if Regina was a guy,
I have this theory that if you cut all her hair off, she'd look like a British man.
Instead of being thought of as a B word, she'd be thought of as being strong. And that I'm going to call BS on that because it's completely and utterly untrue. If a guy was to act toxic, cruel, manipulative towards people, nobody would like him. They would still call him bad names and everyone would throw things at him. I feel like Regina, because she's a woman, can get away with that kind of toxic behavior because she's a pretty girl. All the pretty girls out there, don't try to tell me that you do not get benefits from being pretty. All right, you can say, okay, well, what if Regina was a boy who was really attractive? Still, same thing. It would help. Guess what? People that are attractive, yeah, there are benefits in life for them, for sure. I'm pretty sure they've proven this. There's not really a lot you can do about that, all right? So I just think that this line is kind of stupid. All right, one of the changes they made was a change with Mr. Duvall. In the original movie, when the girls are going wild in the halls and Mr. Duvall comes out.
Let me help you down there. Whoa! Hell no! I did not leave the South Side for this.
That's funny. All right, that makes me laugh every single time. You know why it makes me laugh? We kind of get a glimpse of who Mr. Duvall is. He's dealt with hard knocks before. He's dealt with violence before. You know, he's come from the South Side. He's not just some little preppy principal. He's a tough guy. He knows how to handle himself. But he does not know how to deal with these teenage girls. And he is just at his limit. And that's why it's funny. All right, but in this movie, they change the line. So instead of saying, I didn't leave the South Side for this, he says, I didn't go to graduate school for this. Guess what? That's just not funny. It's not funny. And I know it's just a small line, but other than not being funny, it also just kind of does nothing for the character of Mr. Duvall. Like I said, I like Mr. Duvall. He's not on screen a lot, but you get a good idea of who he is. They changed a few other little lines. One thing that they changed, so in the original movie, Janice hates Regina so much because...
So then for my birthday party, which was an all-girls pool party, I was like, Janice, I can't invite you because I think you're a lesbian.
That's pretty messed up. That's pretty cruel. In this one, they change it and it's way more convoluted for why Janice hates Regina. And I don't know why they didn't just keep it more simplified. And they also don't have Regina be the one to explain why they're not friends anymore. The scene where she's explaining to Katie why Janice and her are not friends anymore in the original one, you just see how messed up Regina is and how cruel she actually is. You see how Regina just thinks she's completely justified in it.
I mean, I couldn't have a lesbian at my party. There could be girls there in their bathing suits. mean, right? She was a lesbian.
And you're like, wow, that's messed up. But in this movie, for one, Regina doesn't tell anybody. It's not her saying it. It's Damien explaining the story, and it's way more convoluted. And the thing is, so in this movie, they made Janice a lesbian because of course they did. Which honestly, even if that's the case, like that's fine, because maybe Janice confided in Regina, telling her like that she was a lesbian, and Regina told everybody and outed her. Like that would be a lot more simple, and it still kind of stays true to the original movie, and it's still really messed up. But like I said, in this movie, they changed the reason, and the reason is like way more convoluted when they could have just made it really simple. Oh, there's one change that they made which really actually bothered me. And it's a scene that really capitalizes on who Regina is and explains her character really well. So the scene is when they all go to the mall. And this is the original movie. When they all go to the mall and Gretchen sees the guy she likes with another girl.
Oh my God, there's Jason. And he's with Taylor Waddell. I heard they're going out.
No, he cannot blow you off like that. Give me your phone. Oh, may I please speak to Taylor Waddell?
She's not home yet. Who's calling?
Oh, this is Susan from Planned Parenthood. I have her test results. If you could have her give me a call as soon as she can. It's urgent. Thank you. She's not going out with anyone.
You know, pretty much cementing that this girl will never, ever have a social life ever again. But to be honest, though, can we just admit that Regina might have helped this girl out, because this guy...
He's such a little skis.
And she should not be hanging out with him.
Because you will get pregnant and die.
And she probably would end up pregnant if she kept hanging out with this douchebag. So, I mean, good one, Regina. But in this movie, Regina doesn't do anything like that. She just goes up to this girl and scares her away, and that's about it. And I'm like, that just kind of takes away who Regina was and how she works. It also kind of explains why you would want to be friends with her, because in the musical remake or whatever this is, Regina is literally never shown being nice to Gretchen at all, like ever. But at least in this scene, in the original one, you kind of see why Gretchen would want to be friends with Regina. And you actually see Regina doing something for Gretchen. Even though it is kind of messed up what she's doing, still shows that she can be nice to her friends sometimes. Because I'm sorry, but if you're just completely mean to somebody 24/7, they're not going to hang around you. That's not how people work. Even people that are manipulative and narcissistic, they generally will be nice to people for a little bit to keep them around. But overall, it's not like a bad movie or anything like that. Like I said, the music's not bad. The acting's not bad. Pretty much all the other characters in the original, though, do their character way better. I'm never going to watch this movie again or anything like that. I would recommend you just go watch this if it comes on streaming, if you're interested in watching it. I don't think it's really worth buying a ticket for, in my opinion. All right, well, that's all I have for today, you guys. Keep watching movies and keep being happy, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Boo, you whore.